So far, we've been writing our code in a TypeScript file, and we've gotten feedback from TypeScript just directly in VS Code, in the editor. But remember, the whole point of TypeScript is that it then compiles down to JavaScript. Well, that's not the whole point, but it does compile down to JavaScript at the end of the day. So this is a good time to try that. So all we need to do is locate this file, navigate to the directory containing it in a terminal. And if you're not super comfortable with the terminal, the easiest option is to right-click on the file name in VS Code and then go to Open in Integrated Terminal. And now I'm going to type the command tsc for TypeScript, followed by the name of the file, variables.ts. And right now that's the only file in this directory, but as soon as I hit enter, two things happen. We see a new file, variables.js. I'll open that. But also I got some feedback in the terminal itself. I got two different errors, right? It says on line 3, type number is not assignable to string. That's exactly from my movie title situation right here, right? I had a string, Amadeus, movie title, and I tried to change it to 9. So TypeScript tells me, it emits this error to me, right, in the terminal. And then it does it again for game over equals the string true. Also not allowed. It's supposed to be a Boolean. Okay. But that didn't stop TypeScript. The way it's configured, at least right now by default, it doesn't stop it from creating this variables.js file, the compiled JS file. So what you'll see in here is there's a couple differences. One, it's using var right now instead of let. That is a setting. It's the version of JavaScript that TypeScript is compiling into. We can change that and use different, ES20, whatever. But for now, the default is that it's using var. That's fine. But also, all of my annotations are gone. This is TypeScript syntax. This is totally invalid JavaScript. So that's stripped out. So TypeScript is going to notice if I'm doing something wrong, if I'm disobeying the rules, but it doesn't actually break my code. It doesn't stop it from compiling. It's just going to tell me about it along the way. It tells me in the editor this whole time. It's screaming at me, hey, this is a number. You can't do that. It's supposed to be a string. And then also when I compiled that TypeScript code, it also yelled at me and told me there's two errors here. It makes it pretty clear. But at the end of the day, we still end up with our JavaScript code. And there's no TypeScript syntax in there because this is JavaScript, right? That's the whole point of TypeScript, is that it will be turned into regular plain JavaScript at the end of the day that we can then go run in Node or in a browser, wherever we need it. Okay, so I just wanted to use this as an opportunity to talk about that flow. You type some stuff, you get error messages, you get feedback from TypeScript, and then you actually compile that code, and you may get those error messages again if you ignored them and didn't fix them, and then you end up with your JavaScript code that's spit out at the end of the day. And there's a lot of settings you can tweak. We're going to cover those in a future section. For now, the only takeaway is that we use the tsc command and then a file name to compile that TypeScript down to JavaScript.